Suka makisi. Kailangan ko yung nilutong.
Tell my dab timer to go away.
Word. Fucking yeah. So smoke sessions. I guess this would be episode number 1. Like the fucking plan was to have the whole crew, but we tried to do it twice and it didn't work. So it's whatever. You know, let me get this joint going real quick. So anyway, Smoke Sesh Crew kind of fucking started as a collective. Like actually picking the name, I can't really like put a pin on that. Like we just kind of decided to do it. But the general theme would be like smoking music, right? Like we play anything, bass music, reggae, hip hop, trap, anything that you would smoke weed to, which is essentially anything. Like it's a really good genre or a classification to have, like smoking music, you know? It could be anything.
100%.
So I thought like for doing these episodes, I was kind of incorporating the like Austin bass scene into what we were doing with You Ain't Heard of Us. But since we're kind of like gonna keep those episodes to a minimum and really go in on individual artists, I wanted to kind of separate it so we could keep doing these talks because it is fun for like people that we know to listen to this shit and kind of like the history of like the Austin bass scene and everything that we've done. But with the Smoke Sesh Crew, we can talk about Texas cannabis. We can talk about bass music. We can talk about our history. We can talk to homies. We can like really open it up. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like we could have a different guest any week, fucking really, and keep it like, you know, broad. And I don't know. I think that's why I kind of want to try and do this. I think it's a good idea to, you know, like the most important thing about You Ain't Heard of Us once we started doing it was documenting shit that we didn't really think about until it happened.
No, for sure. And like we all have crazy stories that have kind of been revolved around all this stuff, and it's always good to get that stuff like written down and so to say, even if it's recorded video, audio, whatever, because it's stuff that people never knew happened or didn't know how it came about, or you know,
or we just weren't like clear-headed enough to talk about it at the time.
Straight up.
Anything, yeah. Well, I was like jamming some Polish before this, lighting up. I got the fucking dub corner as my background, like just kind of reminiscing on Reggae Fest in March and April in Austin. That's why I wanted to start this off in April, because it's like that's always my favorite time of the year. And because it's spring, it's not super fucking hot. I mean, it's hot down there, but not too hot yet. It's fucking like something about it just makes you want to jam reggae, go to the lake and smoke weed and fucking. And then you've got Reggae Fest and 420 and South by all kind of happening at the same time. So it's just a really dope time for Austin.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like reminiscing on that and vibing on that. And I was like, damn, we could get like McPolish in here. We could talk about Reggae Fest. We could bring Dave in here to talk about normal and the cannabis laws. I mean,
yeah,
like it was.
Dude, we just had a big thing go through with one of our laws, HB 25 something, that is set to lower the criminalization down to a class B for up to 2 ounces of concentrate. And it made it to the Senate, and they added a shitty amendment to it, but they removed that amendment and they're going back to vote on it. So we'll see if it passes. That's huge for Texas.
Yeah, no shit, dude. I remember driving from a fucking festival at Dove Valley Ranch home one time. I got pulled over because my plates had a warrant on them from the previous owner because I was like still transferring the title. It wasn't even me. And we were fucking just young and dumb, didn't even think about it. We had some hash on us and thought, oh, you know, it's just weed. I mean, not that we wanted to get caught. We knew we were going to jail, but he goes, oh, that's a felony, buddy, you know? Because
I was on paper for 2 years for basically they profiled me because at the time, you remember when I had my really long hair?
Yeah.
So I had my hair that was really long and some trippy hippie sunglasses on and a flat bill, and my center brake light in my back window was out. and
Oh
that's
yeah.
by state laws. That's not a crime, but like federal, it is. And since they were going with the felony, because they ended up pulling me over and searched my car, didn't find anything. I had like a gram of oil on me and like a pen because I was just about to go to class right before I graduated college. And they found that on me, and I ended up going. So I know all too well about all that bullshit.
It's like having a bag of cocaine. Like you could have fucking heroin on you or cocaine, meth, and it's the same thing. Like just to have some fucking dabs on you. That's a trip, man. Like I was just having culture shock in my head about how we would be playing shows as the Smoke Sesh Crew, and we'd always smoke. Like I remember we were rolling up before the Empire show inside.
Yep.
Because we're gonna smoke. But still, it's kind of like edgy, like to smoke inside a venue in Austin, because the cops have come in and fucking arrested people off the stage for smoking at shows before. It's like, it's so fucking crazy, like ducking down to hit the pipe under the DJ table and shit, you know, because you can smoke a cigarette all day.
Dude, we used to do that at Malaya, bro. We would be sitting behind John and fucking Andrew.
Well, they have the open roof.
Yeah, but that, you know how often that thing was broken, bro?
It's true. It was very
like, oh, can we have it open? Oh no, it's broken. Someone's coming to fix it. It'll be ready next week.
People love that. When it was open, they would come in that bitch just to smoke cigarettes on the dance floor.
Whole reason I decided to do it there.
Yeah, because the smoking.
Yeah, well, that, and because like the roof opened, so we could get away with it more because it wouldn't smell in the club as much.
Right.
And like I pretty much talked to like Sarah and Ruben and kind of told them what I wanted to do. And like Lloyd and I were always downtown.
Right.
And they put us in front of the booking manager for all of the Yasin like projects, which is like 8 clubs at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I love going down to Mad Classy and like listening to that music, but like the cops know about that spot. That spot's getting blown up like once an hour, every hour, with like 4 cops walking through that venue.
Just walking through the crowd looking.
We got to fucking figure out another place to party. And right now is the time to bring it like from the basement to the fucking main area, like 2nd story with the roof open. Like it's the move. And she was like, all right, y'all have this coming Tuesday. And we were like, okay, let's do it.
Fucking yeah, that was definitely a draw about that place. Obviously that's like the big deal about Flamingo too. It's just kind of like
Flamingo's my home base, dude. They just started doing music again.
Yeah, I know. I saw the RA the Rugged Man show pictures. It was packed to the walls. Like I'm vaccinated and shit, bro, but that's still kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's just shock from the past year. I'm still like,
we haven't been to a super packed. Yeah, we haven't been to a super packed party yet, and we're trying to work on getting our vax. But like,
we went to a fucking movie theater when Mortal Kombat came out, and we were vaccinated, and kind of were like, oh damn, what are we doing in this motherfucker, dude?
Dude, a homie rented a theater for me and like 6 people for my birthday, and we went and saw Mortal Kombat that way.
That's badass. Yeah, I kind of thought that's how it was gonna be, because the theaters here are usually like not packed at all, but I think because it had just opened and Mortal Kombat was out, it was busy. But yeah, I saw they were doing shows again. Yeah, so you're talking about Malaya. Let's go back. I mean, I figure we might as well run through a little bit of your history. Like, I remember when I had already been DJing for a while, and I had Firehouse going on or whatever. Yeah. And I remember you coming up to me at Firehouse, I think, and being like, yo, we got this thing Tuesday nights, Stargazers or whatever.
Yeah.
You weren't quite DJing, or you had just started DJing.
At that point, I wasn't DJing. I was going to school for audio production, and we hadn't got into the production side of it. We were kind of just doing more of like.
I didn't even know you were in school for music. I mean, at that, I knew you for years before that, but I was like, dude, those are some cloudy years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. And then basically, while I was watching John at that point, Symbionic, before he had gone anywhere and done anything, it was him and Metronome. And I was like, man, I really want to.
Wait, was it Metronome, or was he still Foot Clan back then?
No, he was Metronome at that time.
All right. Because
I remember that Foot
it.
Clan. I love that name because it's such a hardcore Ninja Turtles reference. If you're on that shit,
yeah.
So
yeah.
But those at that time, they were my two favorite DJs in Austin. Like they could literally what I wanted to get, which is what I strive to be as a DJ myself. Play any genre, have dope taste in whatever genre you're asked to play, and really be able to play like what you like. And Metronome, we were at his birthday party, and Trip Set got really wasted and thought someone tried to throw his dog in the pool, and ended up like not playing his set. And Metronome just decided to play for 6
like
hours.
Villain shit, bro. That sounds just like him. Oh my!
You know
Brody.
God. You know Brody and Brody Ballard was Jesse's, like Bo and Jesse's friend. So that's who was. He loves dogs.
Yeah, I remember that dude. Yeah.
So he would never throw a dog in there, and like it was funny. But Andrew played for like 4 or 5 hours and go from like the Ninja Turtles theme into like a dope dubstep track. And then go into like the Full House theme into some like 90s hip hop. And I was just like, what the fuck, dude? This dude can play anything. And I walk up and
who are you talking about? You're talking about
Metronome.
Andrew.
And he's literally doing a whip it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like this dude's dope. I want him to play our Tuesdays.
He knew how to play a party step, man. Like he would play some funky shit you never heard of too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it was him, and then we just decided we wanted to do Bertram because Bertram was at that time was like a big part of Womp Beats, so he always had his, ear to the ground and his thumb on the pulse of like what was coming and what was new, and had like a wide variety of taste.
Yeah,
and just kind of coming and seeing that every week and seeing how much everybody loved it, I kind of fell in love with the scene, and then kind of really wanted to just get my hands behind
every
the
week.
tables.
Where are you talking about?
At Malaya.
Already?
No, at that point it was.
You're saying you got that night, started throwing the shows, and you were having them. They were the residents, right?
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember who was the resident. I know it was. I remember Symbiotic being on the flyer and shit, but
Yeah, it was definitely them two. They were the residents, and then they basically were the ones who got me wanting to play, just by like their knowledge of music. And I was like, dude, I've got a library like this, like I can do that.
Yeah.
And I ended up just kind of picking up a old Exponent and just kind of playing around and recording a set that's actually still on SoundCloud today, and just falling in love with it. So
that's okay. Word. And that's like we're talking like probably 09, 2010.
Yeah, 09, 08, around that time.
Because I had the Tuesday night trip hop residency at Firehouse too. Because I did Tuesdays and I did Saturdays, and then Pharaoh had Wednesdays for Artificial, and then Fridays. He eventually was doing Fridays too. So I remember like fucking you booking me for Malaya and like picking up my motherfucking 800s, my CDJs, and walking them up the stairs to Malaya and shit around the corner and up the stairs.
Dude, that place was so fun. And like the cool thing about that is how it was set up.
Huh?
Yeah. So the cool thing about that club is the way it was set up with the clear dance floor and like the DJ booth looking over the dance floor. So
that shit was funny. Like it was kind of fuzzy, but if you were downstairs, you could definitely like see upstairs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For sure.
I remember being there and having like Future fucking with the Rasta flag, jumping up and down behind me, and like literally have bitches climbing up the fucking DJ booth. It was fucking insane. Like that's particularly, I've only had that happen a couple times, so I can remember when drunk bitches are like falling off the speakers, and you know what I mean. It's like definitely in Malaya that happened. And I mean, I didn't say drunk bitches, but these were drunk bitches. It was.
I mean, dude, they gave us about 30 drinks for 4 people a night for like every Tuesday. So we were like, we cannot drink this much alcohol. We need to give some drinks away.
And they just hook it the fuck up too. The bartenders were fucking always hooking us up there.
Yeah.
That's fun shit. So that was like mainly it. That what got you fucking into the scene in the first place though? Do you remember like
actually what's crazy is it was Jason Chongo. I worked with him at Uno Pizza right across 360 over here from my house.
Uno Pizzeria, man. I remember that.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
So I worked there for a hot minute, and like I was the only lunch waiter, and you know me, I go fucking bake this shit when I go into work. So he like looked at me, he was like, man, you seem like a cool motherfucker. You ever heard of dubstep? And I was like, nah, man, I'm down to listen to like good tunes, like music. Yeah, let's do it. You want to hang out?
When the fuck was this?
That was like
That class started in fucking like 08 or
07.
07.
Yeah.
It was like 07, 08.
07, 08.
Like the second or third one or some shit.
And like he literally brought me over to his house. We smoked a couple of bowls and he showed me fucking dub. And then he told me about Matt Classy.
No shit.
And yeah, me and Mike Branson started going to Matt Classy at that point and just fucking having a blast. Probably around the same time you were going.
Well, yeah, but in totally different fucking group. I mean,
yeah,
I met Mike Branson and then like through Matt Classy show.
Yeah.
And we started going over to the fucking family house and shit. Yeah, that's a trip, dude. I didn't realize that you knew Chongo that fucking long ago.
Yeah, dude. Chongo and I, like, he literally is the one who
he came and worked
me on.
Shop with me and shit. Like, we became good friends, but I already knew him, you know, through the scene already.
He was a barista over there at that point, and me and him, like, and this other kid really kicked it and,
you know,
fucking hit it off.
I remember him telling me he worked at that place when he came to work with me, but I never knew y'all's little history. And then he got you into dubstep.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, dude. See, this is why we do this.
Dude, and
like, I don't give a fuck who watches this. I'm glad we did this.
So I played with him and Shane at a gamers lounge last Wednesday and showed them like an original track that just got released on Subsidy. And he was like, dude, this is fat. Send this to me. I definitely want to play this out. And I was like,
yeah, shoot that over to me. I'll drop it right here.
Yeah, I'll send it over to you for sure.
I'm gonna remind myself. What's it called?
It's a Shield style. If you go to my SoundCloud, which is soundcloud.com/Irie Samurai.
Yeah.
You can find it there because I reposted it, but it's also
free
on the Subsidy page. I'm not sure if they have it on a free download.
I'm pressed, bro. You guys send me this shit for free, man. I can't be paying for something.
Oh yeah, no, I can send you that.
Plus, I'm a DJ. I mean, I should already have it, but you know.
Exactly. But we basically, that was my first one that we sent out that they really enjoyed. So now that I know what they like, we're gonna be
just
putting
like
a little bit more
fucking fishing labels, or you had a few in mind?
So I sent it to them first because they were doing a compilation. My next one was gonna be Wood Fam for sure because Yoni is a homie. So
yeah,
that's probably where I'm gonna send one of the next ones or so and see if I can't get some of these other almost finished projects put out somewhere. So
6 million ways to die. Choose one, choose one, choose one, choose one. Choose one.
What's up, Brad? You outside? What's up, buddy? That's what's up, dude. Fucking keep putting out that work. I'm like, when you're trying to tap in to a specific fucking sound, especially as niche as that has gotten, you know, like it's a big scene, but it's relative to like actual music. It's niche.
Exactly.
So me and DC have been having that talk a lot lately. Like we're doing the Burleson thing. He might slide in today to talk about that. I don't know if he's going to. We might do it later. But we're like, all right, should we fucking, you know, get the art, put the package together, and then just drop it on distro and put it out on all the platforms independently? Or should we be trying to like tap into different scenes with it? We really haven't decided yet. We're kind of just like holding on to it for now because we're trying to make something that's not going to get old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
We don't have to. But we also like the way music works now. It's like you want to really chop it up. Like I'm not trying to make more than a 5 or 6 song. I want to keep it EP. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean we don't have a single later. We might want to send a fucking Mal label or whatever, you know, or Wid Fam.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Submission.
So like the thing that I've kind of gone through that with one of the guys I've made a couple tunes for that I like really want to release, but he is kind of the way that you were talking, going with distro and dropping it on all the platforms. So we did that with 2 tracks that we've already done. They're
I
on
peeped those.
Apple
You
Music and
and,
everything else.
That's you and
John,
yeah.
Inner.
Yeah, Inner.
So
Yep. And y'all had that trap bootleg a few years ago that you sent me that I fucking would drop up here and people would always be like, yo, what's that? Like fucking like it doesn't matter if I tell you what it is because you're like you don't
never
know
gonna
these
get
people.
it.
Not that at that point, it's like you don't know those people, and I'm not. Yeah, it's not out, but
Yeah. But that one, that's kind of one of those that I've got to wait to get the sample clearance before we can release that.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I say it's edited enough just to release it and fucking wing it. Like, what's the worst thing that should happen? You don't have to fork over the little bit of royalties you made fucking streaming that bitch.
yeah, for sure. So that's what we're talking about. Like he doesn't want to release this other track that I've literally shown to Silent Motion, shown to Yoni, and they're both like, dude, this is really good. Like, we can get this released. And he's like, nah, I don't want to give the royalties up. And I'm like, how much are the royalties? And Yoni's like, he doesn't want to give up like 3 cents.
At that point, it's like you're making quality music that's worth holding on to. That's clear. Like, that's proof of concept. But where's the fucking quantity? Like, shouldn't you just be making more tunes that so you don't have to worry about the royalties on this one because you're gonna have another gem, right?
Yeah.
I mean, life is short and we're really busy, so I understand you don't have a lot of time to work on different projects. Like, that's my biggest problem. So the time you put into that project, you want to get the most out of it, and maybe that's how he's feeling. But you know the fucking blueprint.
Yeah.
You can just write your music, man, and you know what I mean? Fucking, that's cool if he wants to hold on to that. Just make something else.
I mean, but then there's another way to go about it. You can do split sheets and sign up with your BMI and ASCAP, and then just sign up a split sheet so that way he gets royalties and gets paid on it or whatever, and he can get more of the percentage to cover what he's worried about losing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm about to do, because I just talked to a buddy of mine who I went to Stony Point when I actually graduated up there, who just signed a distribution deal with Sony for hip hop and like rapping.
Nice.
So he's actually going to get on a track that I showed him that he was like instantly like bobbing his head and like started like rapping to it. And I was like, you like that one, man? Like, you want to do something? He was like, yeah, dude. He's like, send that to me, dude. And we'll do a split sheet and we'll get that. We might put that on my album. I'm like, bet.
Hell yeah.
So
yeah.
He's showing me the ins and out of that. And when that goes down, I'll definitely put you on that. So that way, if you ever do something with anyone that's kind of being difficult, you can just show them, send them the split sheet. Here, bro, fill us out.
Definitely.
So,
also, like with the electronic music, you've got so much more potential than just like a listening fan base. You know, there's video games, there's sound scores, there's radio ads, there's anything. That's the other bonus of a distro. Like, is the record label going to do that shit for you too? Or are they going to give you the option to do it yourself as well? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Speaking of vocalists, we're sitting on a little like drill grime instrumental that we're kind of thinking of vocalists for. So if you have anyone in mind, okay, let us know.
Shoot it to me. You want the
we want fucking UK sound, like if possible.
That's what I was gonna say. You want that UK artist or like
or like or raga, you know, like we have a few we have a few vocalists in mind for the burlesque, for the Rudical release, because that's gonna obviously be, you know, dance hall oriented.
Yeah.
But this one is straight up like grime, almost drill.
Okay.
Drill patterns.
I love that shit.
We're all over. Like, the main thing that we're gonna set us apart from the normal dub scene is the BPMs and the patterns. That's the main thing, that we're not gonna be on the typical 140 fucking 3 and 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking so yeah, we'll talk more about that later. I might slip a tune in here where it's not really set for release, but we've got our tracks ready. Okay. We're just fine-tuning things.
That's dope, man. That's always the fun part, in my opinion, when you're like, you have a vibe, you have something that you know is dope, and you're like, all right, how do I make it just that much better, to where it has just like that much more accent or that much more like feel. So
it's been dope too, just like he's like having a project, working with someone that's motivates me to like work on other projects too. Like, I've got a little hip hop EP I'm working on with my homie Alien Ultra.
Nice.
got a feature from an LA rapper from LA Symphony on that one. That should be dope too. So I'm doing a little bit of hip hop as well.
That's how I am. I do a little bit of everything, so it's kind of hard to like box myself in one genre. So I like to kind of keep it fresh.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we should cook something up. Definitely. So
Super about it.
word. Yeah, so we need to go check out that Shield style. I'll pop that in here too. You got anything else you're working on? I know I saw you playing shows too. You got any events coming up?
I have an event. I'm playing a pyrotechnic. Let me pull up the actual event name so that I can say it correctly.
You have that Gamers Lounge set somewhere else, or is it just, do they archive it on their Twitch?
I don't know if they even archive them. I think they literally.
I knew y'all were doing that, but I didn't fucking tune in. I was busy for some reason. I don't remember.
Those I'm not sure if they actually are archived because that's not part of my set. I know I host them, but I don't think my hosts end up getting archived.
Right.
How the hell? Let me just pull it up on my phone.
What's up, guys?
But yeah, I'm playing it's a pyrotechnic, you know, Julie.
Yeah.
So she's basically doing a pyrotechnic fundraiser this coming Saturday, the 5th of June. So probably when this around the time this airs, it'll already have happened. But
yeah, maybe. I'm gonna probably get this hoe out pretty early.
Yeah, so if it hasn't aired, it comes out. It's Friday, and they're doing a pyrotech fundraiser here in Austin, and I think tickets are, where are they? I'm not sure. It says free, so come out and get some raffles and support them. It'll be fun. It's me and Happy James. Yeah, it's Saturday.
Oh hell yeah! Shouts to Happy James. I'll fucking have this out before the weekend probably, because it's gonna be a short one, which is cool. It's kind of like a little intro, you know what I mean? I think these are gonna be fun as fuck though, and like brainstorm on who you want to have slide through, and you know, like always keep in mind if you're like, damn, some new music that's dope, like write that shit down.
Oh, dude, go check out Fractures Shada, bro.
Okay.
You will thank me for that shit.
All right, for sure. Is that the tune?
It's like jungle, but you can totally get away with throwing it in if you have any like dub that's up in that realm. It's pretty fat.
You're gonna fucking like our shit because we already have a 140, a 130, a 150, and I think we've got like a 180 in the works. So like those transitional tracks that you fucking need to go from dub into fucking drum and bass, or bass house in the dubstep, like we're gonna have them.
That's what's up, dude. That's always good to have, especially if you want to keep it fresh. I've been trying to incorporate more genres in my sets in like 1 hour, so I'll go from like a dub feeling but have it more up close to the 80 range, and then end up going through drum and bass and then like other stuff halftime, and it makes it more fun. So
it's more fun and it's cleaner than just being like pull up and then dropping a completely different BPM. Which is always fun too, but so yeah, just like brainstorm on that shit. And anything else you're listening to that you want to drop real quick, like other than the dub scene, anything hip-hop wise? Oh, there's a fucking thing I wanted to say, because we were talking about how you got into dubstep a little bit later through Chongo and shit. I never forget you like introducing me to new hip-hop back in the high school days, dude, like when we were young. I'm pretty sure you showed me Atmosphere for the first time ever. And like,
dude, Gray showed me Atmosphere. Shout out to Gray. I haven't seen that kid in forever, but like, he was really instrumental in getting me into like hip hop where I wasn't listening to like commercial shit. Like, I get down with like Snoop and Dre and stuff like that, but like, I really dig like.
That's not even commercial at this point. That's just old people shit.
Yeah, no, but like back in the day, like that was the commercial shit. But like I was all about the hieroglyphics and like finding Dell out of that, and then finding like, you know, all the Coffee Brothers and all that. That was like my jam, is finding the shit that nobody really knew about but still playing.
Right. So. And I remember you putting me on some shit, man. And you know, like that's instrumental to being a DJ. Just like you just said, like trying to just find shit that, you know, people haven't watered down yet, fucking,
And
and that's
still
what You Ain't
dope.
Heard of Us is all about, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know, it made me think about that because damn, I lost my point. That joint got me all fucking high and shit. What was I
It's working.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that, you know, I knew we were talking about music that long ago. In full circle, I mean, we're still talking about music today.
Dude, for sure, man. Music is definitely something that gets that I think is the universal language, and like even you'll know what I mean when you listen to that track because it's in a completely different language except for a couple words.
Oh,
but like you're still like, this is dope.
Hell yeah.
So
word fucking there was something I cut you off though to like bring that story up. Was it just that track or were we talking about something else there?
Oh no, we were just kind of talking about hip hop tracks and stuff that we were that I was listening to. I've been kind of getting down to a lot of, honestly, let me go through my likes. I really dig Meg the Stallion. All her shit's dope.
Yeah.
And then I've been digging, like, I haven't really been getting a lot into underground stuff because I've been kind of just digging for different like sets of stuff I've been playing around town recently. I don't know. Have you heard of Tara Reid?
Well, yeah, I have heard the name, but I haven't listened.
He's got some cool stuff. He's more of like a punchliney, witty rapper that raps over like those dope like 90s 2000 type beats.
Okay. That's kind of what I'm on right now. I'm making like straight up piano, like boom bap, like grimy East Coast, like kind of Griselda, but a little bit faster, you know.
So it's spelled R-E-I-D.
Yeah, I have seen it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And then Chris Webby's got some cool stuff.
Always dope. Yeah.
Other than that, like not really a lot of stuff. Spark, but I know you're on that Spark Master, so
yeah, you kind of like, I think the fucking they were finally like coming out, and then 2020 happened, and they kind of were releasing singles here and there, but like not a lot happening from that camp, dude. I don't know what's really going on.
Apparently, we know someone who knows him.
Oh yeah, is it Last Standing Poet?
That's who I think it is, but I don't know. I haven't been told. A friend of a friend told me he's been kicking it and needs beats, and then I haven't been able to get a hold of him.
Oh, he needs beats. That's what's up.
I was like, I'm not sure I'm the person to come to on that one, but I could probably get you in touch with people who would be able to help you out.
I got some heavy ass 808 fucking backed ass fucking beats that might be perfect for that sound, actually.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if they're fucking quality enough. I'm not gonna fucking have an ego.
I mean, shit, dude, that's what you and I can help clean up. That's what I went to school for, dog.
Shit, dude. We had a mix sounding good. We sent it over to Yoni, and we were just like, damn, we didn't even think our tune could sound that good.
Yeah, no, for real. I went over and showed him that Shield style, and he was like, dude, who mastered this? And I was like, I did.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, please don't be bad. And he was like, dude, your at levels are sitting perfect. Your ratio's dope. Like, this sounds clean.
Nice.
And he was like, oh, it is a free download, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I remember because he went and downloaded it and added it to a folder. So
all right. The Sensei came out, Big Pokey. It's fucking his first album
dope.
Since Hardest Hit in the Litter. If you haven't peeped it, it's fucking dope.
I will definitely check it.
I honestly like, I hope nobody close to the family like does listen to this, but like they're fucking like the singles I feel like were the best tunes on the album, and I hate it when people fucking do that.
So that, in my opinion, sometimes, like, I know he has a huge following, but sometimes it's better to release like 2-3 track EPs and then sit on other things and polish them a little more.
Yeah.
I've even talked to someone who was saying, do singles, just release singles for a minute. And then once you have people that come back constantly looking for more singles, then drop your like 3 to 5 track EPs and then do a bigger album.
Right.
So
yeah, but, you know, because especially with distribution, like you're tapping new markets. It's not like you're showing your friend that same song over and over again, and by the time they've heard that, they don't want to hear your fucking shit anymore. Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? So that the logic is there, and I mean the numbers and statistics are there. I've read articles about it. So yeah, that's kind of another thing we've been talking about. Like, I feel like we should just do a single can be 2 or 3 songs. Like, it could be 2 songs and then a version or a B side.
2 song and a B side or a remix.
Yeah, which exactly. But then it's like also we want to come proper, and like we can release singles later, and you can come back and see we did that first full length release, like right out the fucking gate, you know, or release those songs as singles later, like separately. So yeah, big Pokey album's dope. Like I told you, I've been on like drill and shit like crazy, dude. Like the UK drill scene is so fucking immense. You could barely scratch the surface by like, you know, listening to a couple of their biggest artists. Malone is dope. Heady One is dope. M1 on the beat. M1, like M, the letter M1 on DAB. He's crazy. These kids are like blowing my mind. I'm watching their tutorials and shit online, getting like revitalized by fucking 19-year-olds. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, dude, the up and comers are crazy how quickly they do things. Like, I don't know if you've heard of Funkbox.
No, I haven't.
So Funkbox is a homie who just got his first show out of state. He went and played Cali. And he's a lot of like break beats, squishy, kind of reminds me of Jade Cicada at sometimes. But he's fucking a genius when it comes to Ableton, and he works through that program so quickly where I'm like, what the fuck?
He's a youngin who uses Ableton, because all these kids are on fucking Fruity Loops, and they just talk shit about Ableton. Like, it's fucking, I'm like, damn, really? I didn't even know it was like that. Like, I'm the dinosaur now because I use Ableton. Like, when Fruity Loops was out when I was a fucking 10-year-old and we hated it.
So like Fruity Loop, here's what I've learned from like all the DAWs, because like right now I'm using Ableton, Logic, and Reason. The only DAW that I will never use again is Pro Tools. Fuck Pro Tools. Well,
for making music, I mean, as far as I understood, it's just
Logic can do everything Pro Tools can, but it's way more stable.
I thought Logic is more for making music. Like Pro Tools is recording.
So even with recording, like you can do all the recording stuff with Reason Record, or with Logic can do inputs. And you can plug Logic up to a big ass board and have it do the exact same thing. It's just the way it's controlled, you know? So I made the switch from that, but like they all do certain things really well and other things only so well. So when you use them enough and you know what's better in some areas and what's better in others, and you can use them together, that's, in my opinion, the best way to do it. Because like Fruity Loops has some shit that you're like, this is dumb, where like Ableton crushes, and like vice versa.
Definitely.
You know?
And I've already noticed that too. Like, well, so DC is on Fruity Loops and I'm on Ableton, and the fucking warp and like situation.
Have y'all rewired yet?
Huh?
Have y'all rewired them yet?
What do you mean?
You can run them both at the same time with each other.
Run them both at the same time with each
other. So
like
basically, you can get Pro Tool or Ableton on his computer where you log in and you're able to use it. And then work them together.
Fucking, it must be similar to how interesting, really. Well, because we were just gonna get him on Ableton to make it easier for both of us, but
my internet? Okay.
Interesting though. No, I need to look into that. I know that I have homies who are able to like remotely get on your computer and work with you in your DAW.
Yeah, so what you can also do is like you can have it so like with what I can do with since I've got Reason and Ableton. Reason runs as a rack insert into Ableton, where I have all of the synths and everything in that project. That way, like,
I've seen that. I've seen.
So if they have that with Fruity Loops, you can literally get him a working version of Ableton on his computer, and you can have him do all his Fruity Loops work in Ableton, and then send that back to you, and you can do your Ableton work on the same session rather than having to send stems back and forth. And then y'all can tweak each other's presets and stuff. And that's a possibility. I know it is with like Reason.
That's dope. Is there like, does it get laggy
Not I know with Reason Rewire or Reason Rack, it doesn't get laggy at all. And if it has a rack insert or a VST version, I think you'd be okay. But
I need to put
depending
them on
on
that
what you're
shit.
running it on too, like on my MacBook 2010, I may not want to try and open Ableton and Reason at the same time.
Yeah, so I'm all up to date because I just had my shit die on me recently.
You
know?
should be fine.
I actually just fucking motherfuckers was like shit on me for this, but I just finally got You Ain't Heard of Us and Dosage all backed up.
Nice.
just recently I did it though. It's been like almost a fucking year, it feels like, since I crashed. But yeah, word, I gotta look into that. We're both fucking nerds, dude. We'll figure it out. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, if I want to figure something out, I do.
Rewire is the way to go, man. Like I've done it a bunch of times.
Our main
now that
issue is when we're bouncing stems out of Ableton, they like sometimes warp weird going into Fruity Loops. That's our. I never have any problems with his stems. And I've tried everything. I've tried unwarping. I've tried bouncing them down as is. I've tried everything. I resample, crop them to the freeze them and crop them to the length, unwarp them, and then bounce them down. And there's still problems sometimes.
That's interesting. I'll put my brain.
I'm not saying it might be a user error on his part though.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I can help figure that out. Like that's the kind of problems I like to fix.
Word. Fucking A, let's tap out of here. We'll probably try and do it at least. I mean, I'm down to do it whenever we have time, but at least once a month, I feel like we should try and get together, get some people on, fucking try and plan out some guests. Yeah, no, where's your socials at? I know your SoundCloud's Irie Samurai. Where else can they find you?
If you can also go to my link tree, which I'm pretty sure is Linktree Irie Samurai.
Cool.
Linktree.
He's like, let me check.
Yeah, I always like to double check things because I'm a fucking son of a bitch.
So you can check out the smoke sessions. Are going to be only on YouTube on the You Ain't Heard of Us channel. I'm not going to be doing audio on the podcast platforms just because people can go to YouTube and listen to them. You know what? I might put them on the SoundCloud audio wise so people can do audio. But I want to keep the You Ain't Heard of Us podcast to just the interviews.
Okay.
So this will be on YouTube at the You Ain't Heard of Us channel, and the Smoke Sesh Crew capsule is going to drop at the You Ain't Heard of Us store. It's You Ain't Heard of Us dot store or shop. It's one of those. Fucking.
So all my social medias are basically Irie Samurai. So I'm Irie Samurai on Facebook. I'm Irie Samurai on SoundCloud and on Instagram.
Cool. Awesome. And yeah, I'm a Linktree /Dosage Beats or You Ain't Heard Linktree / You Ain't Heard of Us. And like I said, the Smoke Sesh capsule is going to be on You Ain't Heard of Us .store. I'm going to get the 3 colors of shirts, 3 colors of hoodies in both white and black logos, and we're going to have stickers on that bitch. So yeah, we can let people check.
Well, that's what's up.
Yeah, it's going to be dope. We got that sick logo from H Train. Shouts to
Dude,
H.
So this is the hoodie.
Yeah. That looks clean, dude.
No, it looks great.
Fuck yeah. It's just a.
And then that's the back logo.
Yeah.
And then the front, it has that on the side.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And then the pocket. And it's a zip up.
Yeah, I wanted to do the zip up, man, because I like the fucking and I know in Texas you want to be able to fucking have that bitch open and breezy.
For sure.
You know what's fucking trip about being up here, dude? Like, I get to wear t-shirts like 1 week out of the year. Otherwise, I have a hoodie on. Like, I don't, you know how fucking you get one hoodie for the year, you destroy it, and then you get a new hoodie in Texas because you don't really need more than a
Nah, bro,
hoodie.
I keep a hoodie. I've had
I'm
my
saying
hoodie
though, like,
ever.
man, but how often, like, you don't be wearing that bitch fucking 6 months out of the year. I just didn't realize how many hoodies I would need here. Like, they're a main part of my wardrobe now. Like, and fucking, it's just a trip. So anyway, I wanted to do t-shirts and the zip up for the Texas shit. And yeah, we'll check that out. Fucking cool, man. I'm gonna we'll just say peace,
Adios.
And I'm gonna stop.
$6 million ways to die. Choose one, choose one, choose one, choose one.